that my grandfather was a high yellow man who loved ether and hated black skin. So what did he let you marry his daughter for? So he could screw her without the neighbors knowing it? Did you ever catch them doing it? No. You just felt something you couldn't put your finger on. His money, probably. He wouldn't let you...
Just keep going.
He wouldn't let you put your finger on that, would he? And his daughter wouldn't help you, would she? So you figured that must be getting on the operating table. If he'd given you those 4 bank books to do what you like, to buy up the airy walk on a railroad, he would have had her all the... He could have had her all he liked, right? He could have come right in your bed, and then 3 of you could have had a ball. He'd get one tit and you'd get the other. Milkman stopped dead in his tracks. Cold sweat broke out on his neck. People jostled him, trying to get past a solitary man standing in their way. He had remembered something, or believed he remembered something. Maybe he dreamed it, and it was the dream he remembered. The picture was developing of these 2 men in bed with his mother, each nibbling on her breast. But the picture cracked, and in the crack another picture emerged. There was this green room, a very small green room, and his mother was sitting in the green room, and her breasts were uncovered, and somebody was sucking them, and the somebody was himself. So what? My mother nursed me. Mothers nurse babies. Why the sweat? He walked on, hardly noticing the people pushing him, their annoyed, tight faces. He tried to see more of the pictures, but couldn't. Then he heard something that he knew was related to the picture. Laughter. Somebody he couldn't see in the room laughing at him, at his mother, and his mother just shamed. She lowers his eyes and won't look at him. Look at me, Mama, look at me. But she doesn't, and the laughter is loud now. Everybody's laughing. Did he wet his pants? Is his mother ashamed because while he was nursing, he wet his pants? What pants? He didn't wear pants. Then he wore diapers. Babies always wet their diapers. Why does he think he has pants on? Blue pants with elastic around the calf? Little blue corduroy knickers? Why is he dressed that way? Is that what the man is laughing at? Because the tiny baby dressed in blue knickers? He sees himself standing there. Look at me, Mama, is all I can think to say. Please look at me. Standing? Oh. Standing?
Standing? He's a tiny baby, nursing in his mother's arms. He can't stand up. I couldn't stand up, he said aloud and turned toward a shop window. There was his face leaning out of the upturned collar of his jacket, and he knew. My mother nursed me when I was old enough to talk, stand up, and wear knickers. And somebody saw it and laughed. And that's why they call me Milkman. And that's why my father never does that. And that's why my mother never does. But everybody else does. And how did I forget that? And why? And if she did that to me, there was no reason for it. And when I also drank milk and Ovaltine and everything else from a glass, then maybe she did other things with her father. Milkman closed his eyes and then opened them. The street was even more crowded with people, all going in the direction he was coming from, all walking hurriedly and bumping against him. After a while, he realized that nobody was walking on the other side of the street. There was no cars, and the street lights were on. Now the darkness had come, but the sidewalk on the other side of the street was completely empty. He turned around to see where everybody was going, but there was nothing to see except their backs and heads pressing forward into this night. He looked again to the other side of not Doctor Street, not a soul. He touched the arm of a man in a cap who was trying to get past him. Why is everybody going on one side of the street? He asked them. Watch it, buddy, the man snapped and moved with the crowd. Milkman walked on, still headed toward the south side, never once wondered why himself did not cross to the other side of the street where no one else was walking at all. He believed he was thinking clearly. He had never loved his mother, but had always known that she had loved him, and that it always seemed right to him, the way it should be. Her confirmed eternal love for him, not that he didn't even have to earn or deserve, seemed to him natural, and now it was decomposing. He wondered if there was anyone in the world who liked him for himself alone. His visits to the wine house seemed, before his talk with his father, an extension of the love that he had come to accept from his mother. Not that Pilate or Reba felt possessive love for him that his mother did, but they had accepted him without question, and with all the ease in the world, they took him seriously too, asked him questions, and thought all his responses to things were important enough to laugh or quarrel with him about. Everything he did at home was met with quiet understanding from his mother and sisters, or indifference and criticism from his father. The women in his wine house were indifferent to nothing and understood nothing. Ever since every word was new to them, and they listened to what he said like bright-eyed ravens, trembling in their eagerness to catch and interpret every sound in the universe. Now he questioned them, questioned everybody. His father had crept along the wall and then come upstairs with a terrible piece of news. His mother had been portrayed not as a mother who simply adored her only son, but as an obscene child playing dirty games with whatever male was near to be to her father or son. Even his sisters, the most tolerant and accommodating of all women he knew, had changed their faces and rimmed eyes with the red and charcoal dust. Where was Guitar? He needed to find the one person left whose clarity never failed him, and unless he was out of state, Milkman was determined to find him. His first stop, Tommy's barbershop, was fruitful. Guitar was there, with several other men, leaning in various attitudes, but all listening to something. As Milkman entered and spotted Guitar's back, he was so relieved and he shouted, "Hey, Guitar!" "Shh!" Railroad Tommy said. Guitar turned around and mentioned him to come in, but to be quiet.
They were listening to the radio and muttering and shaking their heads. It was some time before Milkman discovered why they were so tense about. A young boy had been found stomped to death in Sunflower County, Mississippi. There were no questions about who stomped him. His murderers had boasted freely, and there were no questions about the motive. The boy had whistled at some white women, refused to deny he had slept with others, and was a northerner visiting the South. His name was Till. Railroad Tommy was trying to keep the noise down so he could hear the last syllable of the newscaster's words. In a few seconds it was over, since the announcer had only a few speculations and even fewer facts. The minute he went on to another topic of news, the barbershop broke into loud conversation. Railroad Tommy, the one who had tried to maintain the silence, was himself completely silent now. He moved his razor strap while Hospital Tommy tried to keep this customer in the chair. Porter, Guitar, Freddie the janitor, and 3 or 4 other men were exploding, shouting angry epithets all over the room. Apart from Milkman, only Railroad Tommy and Empire State were quiet. Railroad Tommy because he was preoccupied with his razor, and Empire State because he was simple, and probably mute, although nobody seemed sure about that. There was no question whether about his being simple. Milkman tried to focus on the crisscross conversations. "It'll be in the morning paper." "Maybe it will, maybe it won't," said Porter. "It was on the radio. Gotta be in the paper," said Freddie. "They don't put that kind of news in no white paper. Not unless you rape somebody." What you bet it'll be in there?" said Freddie. "Bet anything you can lose," Porter answered. "You won for 5. Wait a minute," Porter shouted. "Say where." "What you mean where? I got 5 says it'll be in the morning paper." "On the sports page?" asked Hospital Tommy. "Or the funny papers?" said Nero Brown. "No, man. Front page. I bet $5 on front page." "What the fuck is the difference?" shouted Guitar. "A kid is stomping. You standing around fussing about whether some cracker put in the paper. He stomped, ain't he? Dead, ain't he? 'Cause he whistled at some Scarlett O'Hara cunt." "What'd he do it for?" asked Freddie. "He knew he was in Mississippi. What'd he think that was? Tom Sawyer land?" "Tom Sawyer land?" "So he whistled. So what?" Guitar was steaming. "He's supposed to die for that? He from the north," said Freddie, "acting big down in Bilbo country." "Bilbo country? Who the hell does he think he is?" "Thought he was a man, that's what," said Railroad Tommy. "Well, he thought wrong," Freddie said. "Ain't no black man in Bilbo country." "The hell they ain't," said Guitar. "Who?" asked Freddie. "Till. That's who. He's dead. A dead man ain't no man. A dead man is a corpse. That's all. A corpse. A living coward ain't a man either." "Who you talking to?" Freddie said, quick to get to the personal insult. "Calm down, you two," said Hospital Tommy. "You!" shouted Porter. "You calling me a coward?" Freddie wanted to get the facts first. "If the shoe fits, put your rusty foot in it. You all gonna keep that up? You have to get out of my shop." "Tell the guy something," said Porter. "I'm serious now," Hospital Tommy went on. "There is no cause for all this. The boy's dead. His mom is screaming, won't let them bury him. There ought to be enough colored blood on the streets. You want to spill blood, spill the cracker's blood that bashed his face in." "Oh, they'll catch him," said Walters.
Don't even look. Catch him? Porter was astounded. "You out of your fucking mind? They'll catch him all right. They'll give him a big party and a medal." "Yeah, the whole town planning a parade," said Nero. "They gotta catch him. So they catch him. You think they'll get any time? Not on your life. How can they not give him time?" Walter's voice was high and tight. "How? Just don't. That's how." Porter fidgeted with his watch chain. "But everybody knows that's about it now. It's all over. Everywhere, the law's the law. You want to bet? This is sure money. You stupid man, real stupid. Ain't no law for no colored man except for the one sent him to the chair," said Guitar. "They say Till had a knife," Freddie said. "They always say that. He could have had a wad of bubble gum and they'd swear it was a hand grenade." "I say he should have kept his mouth shut," said Freddie. "You should keep yours shut," Guitar told him. "Hey man," again Freddie felt that threat. "South's bad," Porter said. "Bad. Don't nothing change in the good old US of A. Bet his daddy got his balls busted in the Pacific somewhere. If they ain't busted already, they crackers will see it. Remember them soldiers in 1918? Ooh, don't bring that up." The men began to trade tales of atrocities, first stories they had heard, then those they'd witnessed, and finally things that they'd happened to them. A litany of personal humiliation, outrage, and anger turned sickle-like back to themselves as humor. They laughed then uproariously about the speed with which they had run, the pose they had assumed, the ruse they had invented to escape or decrease some threat to their manliness, their humanness, but all empired state who stood, broom in hand, and drop lift with the expression of a very intelligent 10-year-old. And guitar, his animation had died down, leaving its traces in his eyes. Milkman waited until he could get his attention, and then they both left, walking silently down the street. What is it? You looked pissed when you came in. Nothing, said Milkman. Where can we get a drink? Mary's. Nah, too many broads hassle you. It's just 80-30. Cedar Lounge don't open till 9. Shit, you think I'm tired? You think? I'm tired. I got a taste in the pad, guitar offered. Solid. Your box working? Still broke. I need some music and taste. Then it'll have to be Miss Mary. I'll keep the ladies working elsewhere. Yeah? I want to see you tell those ladies what to do. Come on, Milk, this ain't New York. Choices are limited. Okay, Mary's. They walked a few blocks to the corner of Rye and 10th Street, where they passed a tiny bakery. Guitar swallowed hard and the quince to his step. Mary's was a bar lounge that did the best business in the blood bank, although each of the 3 other corners had similar places because of Mary herself, a pretty overpriced barmaid part owner who was sassy, funny, and good company for the customers. Whores worked her bar in safety. Lonely drunks could drink there in peace. Cruisers found chicken or hogs wherever they preferred, even jailbait. Restless housewives were flattered there and danced their heels off. Teenagers learned life rules there, and everybody found excitement there. For in Mary's, the light made everybody beautiful, or if not beautiful, then fascinating. The music gave tone and texture and conversations that would put you to sleep anywhere else, and the food and drink provoked people into behavior that resembled nothing less than high drama.
But all that began around 11 o'clock. It was practically...
Why are you laughing?
But all that began around 11 o'clock.
Oh my god. I'm literally gonna kill you, Anaya. Anaya, lock the fuck in.
I'm lost. Just give me a minute. It was practically empty at 8:30 in the evening, where Guitar and Milkman arrived.
You found a pillow.
They slid into a booth and ordered scotch and went in water. Milkman drank his up quickly and ordered another before asking Guitar, how come they call me Milkman? How the fuck would I want to know? That's your name, ain't it? My name is Macon Dad. You dragged me all the way over here to tell me your name? I need to know it. Oh, drink up, man. You know your name, don't you? Cut the shit. What's on your mind? I decked my own man. Decked? Yeah, hit him. Knocked him into the fucking radiator. What'd he do to you? Nothing. You just up and popped him? Yeah, for no reason. He hit my mother. Oh, he hit her, I hit him. That's tough. Yeah. I mean it. I know. Milkman sighed heavily. I know. Listen, I can understand how you feel. You can't understand. Unless something happens to you, you can't understand. Yes, I can. You know, I used to hunt a lot when I was a kid down home. Oh shit, do we have to hear about Alabama again? Not Alabama, Florida. Whatever. Just listen, Milkman, listen to me. I used to hunt a lot. From the time I could walk almost, and I was good at it. Everybody said I was a natural. I could hear anything, smell anything, and see like a cat. Sorry. You know what I mean? And natural. And I was never scared, not of the dark or shadows or funny sounds, and I was never afraid to kill anything. Rabbit, birds, snakes, squirrels, deer, and I was little. It never bothered me. I'd take a shot at anything. The grown man used to laugh about it. Said I was a natural-born hunter. After we moved up here with my grandmother, that was the only thing about the U.S. that I missed. About the South that I missed. So when my grandmother used to send us kids back home in the summer, all I thought about was hunting again. They'd pile us on the bus and we'd spend the summer with my grandmother's sister, Aunt Florence. As soon as I got there, I looked for my uncles to go out in the woods. And one summer, I was about 10 or 11, I guess. We all went out. I went off on my own. I thought I saw deer tracks. It wasn't the season for deer, but that didn't bother me any. If I saw one, I killed one. I was right about the tracks. It was a deer, but space funny, not wide apart like I thought they'd be, but still a deer. You know they step in their own prints? If you never saw them before, you'd think a two-legged creature was jumping. Anyway, I stayed on the trail until I saw some bushes. It was good, and all of a sudden I see a rump between the branches. I dropped it within the first shot and finished it with the next. Now I want to tell you I was feeling good. I saw myself showing my uncles what I'd caught, but when I got up to it, and I was going real slow because I thought I might have to shoot it again, I saw it was a doe. Not a young one, but she was old, but she was still a doe. I felt bad, you know what I mean? I killed a doe, man. Milkman is gazing at the heart with the wide, steady eyes of a man trying to look sober. So I know how you felt when you saw your father hit your mother. It's like that doe. A man shouldn't do that. You couldn't help what you felt. Milkman nodded his head.
Milkman nodded his head, but it was clear to Guitar that nothing he had said had made any difference. Chances were Milkman didn't even know what a doe was, and whatever it wasn't his mother. Guitar ran his finger around the rim of his glass. What'd you do, Milk? Nothing, smiled. He didn't like her smile. You're not making sense. Talk sense, and slow down. You don't know what can... You know you can't hold liquor. What do you mean? I can't hold liquor. Excuse me, help yourself. I'm trying to have a serious conversation and you talking shit, Guitar. I'm listening, and I'm talking. Yes, you're talking, but what are you saying? Your papa clips your mama because she smiles at him. You clip him because he clips her. Now, is that the way you're all going to spend the evening in your house, or is there something else you're trying to say? Came up to talk to me afterwards? Who? My old man. What'd he say? Said I had been a whole man and I know the whole thing. Go on. He was going to buy Eric Lackawanna, but my mother wouldn't let him. Oh yeah? Maybe she needs beaten. That's very funny, man. Why aren't you laughing then? I am laughing. Inside. Milk? Yeah? Your daddy slapped your mama, right? Right. You hit him, right? Right. Nobody appreciates what you did, right? Hey, Guitar, you right again. Not your mother, not your sisters, not your daddy appreciates it, least of all. Least of all, right? So he balls you out? Yep, no, he talks quiet to you? Right. He explained things to you? Yeah. About why he hit her? Uh-huh. And it's all about something that happened a long time ago? Before you were even born? You got it. You are very smart, you little colored boy. And I'm going to tell Oxford University about you. And you wish he'd keep it to himself because it doesn't concern you and you can't do nothing about it anyways? You've just passed your course. Guitar Bates, PhD. But it... Bro, what? I still have this...
I thought you flipped the page.
No. But it bothers you just the same? Let me think. Milkman closed his eyes and tried to pop his chin in his hand, but it was too difficult. He was trying to get as drunk as possible as rapidly as possible. Yes, well, it did bother me. Before I came in here, it did. I don't know, Guitar... He became serious and his face had the still and steady look of a grown man trying not to vomit or cry. Forget it, Milk. Wherever it is, forget it. I ain't nothing. Whatever he told you, forget it. I hope I can. I sure hope I can. Listen, baby, people do funny things, especially us. The cards are stacked against us and trying to say things in the game, stay alive in the game, it makes us do funny things. We can't help it. Things that make us hurt one another. We don't even know why. But look here, I don't carry it inside. And give it to nobody else.
Try to understand it, man. Try to understand it. If you can't, just forget it and keep yourself strong, man. I don't know, Guitar. Things seem to be getting me, you know? Don't let him, unless you got a plan. Look at Till. They got them too. Now he's just an item on WJR's Evening News. He was crazy. No, not crazy. Young, but not crazy. Who cares if he fucks a white girl? Anybody can do that. What's he bragging for? Who cares? Crackers care. Then they're crazier than he is. Of course, but they're alive and crazy. Yeah, well, fuck Tail. I'm the one in trouble. Did I hear you right, brother? Alright, I didn't mean that. What's your trouble? You don't like your name? No, Milkman let his head fall back to the back of the booth. No, I don't like my name. Let me tell you something, baby. People get their names the way they can get everything else. The best way they can. The best way they can. Milkman's eyes were blurred now. It's over his words. Why can't we get our stuff the right way? The best way is the right way. Come on, I'll take you home. No, I can't go back there. No, where then? Let me stay in your pad. Oh man, you know my situation. One of us will have to sleep on the floor. Besides, I'll sleep on the floor. Besides, I may have company. No shit? No shit. Come on, let's go. I'm getting home, Guitar. You hear me? Want me to take you over to Hager's? Guitar motioned to the way to Trace Hager's. Yeah, sweet Hager. Wonder what her name is. You just said it. I meant her last name. Her daddy's name. Ask Reba. Guitar paid their bar bill and helped Milkman negotiate to the door. The wind had risen and cooled. The Guitar flapped his elbows against the cold. Ask anybody but Reba, said Milkman. Reba don't know her own last name. Ask Pilot. Yeah, ask Pilot. Pilot knows. It's that dumbass box banging from her ear. Her own name and everybody else's. Bet mine's in there too. I'm gonna ask her what my name is. Say, you know how my old man's daddy got his name? How? Cracker gave it to him. Show no? And yep, and he took it like a fucking sheep. Somebody should have shot him. What for? He was already dead.